one. Yep. Hair's okay. Hair looks all right.
At least you got some.
We can get onto that too.
How come you're bald? Stressing out from drifting.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of That Motor Show. What not better person to share stories with than the man himself, Ty Jeffrey. Brother, welcome to That Motor Show.
Cheers, brother.
So this is going to be casual as. Was following you on Instagram and social media. I can see that you've got a fair bit of a sort of a place in drifting that's pretty big for Australia, sort of thing. So we'll get right into it. We'll start learning where it all began, where it's taken you, and then we can talk a little bit about
the dirty rally car. Yeah, we could do that. Go ahead. Whatever you need to know, I got you covered.
Let's begin. So where it all began for you?
Back in the day, my dad used to race speedway cars, so I was always like into cars somehow. Anyway, when I moved up to the Gold Coast about 10 years ago, I was into like old Corollas and K70s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, one day I heard there was a Matsuri on. I was like, what the hell's a Matsuri? So I drove all the way out to Queensland Raceway by myself, didn't know anyone, was just solo mission in it. And then went out there, watched, there was like the peak, or not the peak, but like styling was a massive thing for drifting.
Yeah.
So I went out there and watched one day of drifting and I was like, holy shit, I need to be a part of this. This looks so much fun. Everyone's in really sick styled cars and having the best time with their friends on track as well as off track.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I need to get a car. So that was like the first introduction to like myself, like that, which is really not that long ago. I think it was like 2016.
It doesn't seem like that long
ago.
ago.
It feels ages now, obviously, because I've been a part of it for a while now, but not too long compared to everybody else.
No.
But it also come into drifting at a different time to what everybody else did, because everyone would watch like D1 option videos and old school drifting videos. I didn't. I used to just watch, like that time that I was into it was like Scott Mitchell Media and like Hit and Run was a big drift team in Australia. But yeah, completely different to a lot of other people, how they were influenced massively by Japan. I was massively influenced by the styling of drift cars here in Queensland and what they were doing in America at Final Bout and other stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was like 2015, because I started drifting in 2016.
And that's probably also like the time I sort of got into it. When I was previously setting up drift cars was around that 2016 era.
Fulcrum
boys. Back in Capalaba with old JDM Garage and all that sort of stuff. So I know what you're saying. I think 2016 was probably my first Met Series as well.
Yeah. And
I remember seeing it and the same sort of thing. I was like, man, I want to get a drift car.
Yeah.
But it just never happened. But so
True.
Yeah, right. So you just ventured on down to Matsuri.
Yeah.
And then it's pushed into a whole world of things, right?
Nah, for sure.
Before we keep going, like for our viewers to understand, like where sort of things are now, just to put it in perspective for the story, I suppose.
Yeah.
Just recently had Steeze and the Treez.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to obviously the past 10 years of dedication and work.
Pretty much, yeah.
Steeze and the Treez. How did that all come about? Like that was a massive event. Still on YouTube now. Still climbing my footage from there. 'Cause from my perspective, it was so cool.
Yeah. So that was obviously we did an event earlier this year with Steve, who owns their Big S Chassis Instagram. And then so we did that as like the test kind of event. What we could do at Stanthorpe, being that was the first drift event in like 9 years at that track or something.
Yeah.
And then for Steeze and the Treez, I wanted it to be like. It's pretty much just what my favorite recipe of drifting is. The best styled cars, genuine wheels. This is also like from looking from the outside in on other drift events like Final Bout. So Final Bout they do one day where they all cruise on the street and meet up in one spot and all their cars are registered. Obviously we don't have that. So we took that element, and then Dore Dore, which is like a big drift event in Japan, the biggest style drift car event probably in the world. They are very like, their pits and everything is very visually, aesthetically pleasing. So like Nabori flags. So that's where I got the Nabori flag idea from. And then same with like our biggest event in Australia for the best styled cars is Halfway Hang. So I took the element of what they do in some ways with like the genuine wheels thing. That's what I'm personally into anyway.
Yeah.
and put it all into exactly. Then put it all into something that, if you think of Steeze and the Treez, you think it was myself and Steve Bamford who helped me run it as well, and Nick from Revolution Motorsports. He was a big part of the Street Cruise part.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he does a lot of stuff for drifting in Australia as well. But yeah, wanted to bring all these different elements of going to all these different events that I've been to around the world and create something that's my own. So and it was sick.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
I'm still so upset I missed out on the Street Cruise because it looks so cool. But I mean, the on track action, like even the dedication laps to Levi Clark, that was so cool to see. I think everyone in that scene and community, even Plus, like it was in Street Machine, everyone is aware who.
Yeah, he was a really good mate of mine, so we had to do something to say our version of saying goodbye.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Goodbye for now, but forever and always, right?
No, exactly. So he would have done the same thing for if it was myself or one of the boys that passed away as well. So
it was one of those very special events, and to have it in Stanthorpe.
Yeah.
Such a cool little town in like the southern part of Queensland there.
Yeah, it's not that big of a drive either. From here, it's like 3 hours. Probably less for you because you're already out that way, kinda.
Yeah.
It's
a cool drive too. Like you can stop in at those little sideways country service stations. Picturesque sunsets, like.
Yep. The weird part, even when we first when we tested it in December, the weird part is you drive past QR. And you just keep driving. You're like, this is so strange. Usually you pulled off and you're in the track by then. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Steeze was sick, man. It was a testament to how big and how there was way more people there than I thought was going to be there.
Yeah.
And if that was that big, Steeze 2 next year is going to be massive.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Like
so.
From the on-track action to the off-track action.
Oh, yeah.
If you're camping, you're in for a good time.
And if you don't like drinking and partying, you just camp on the other side of the track. You boring fuck. Because the second best part of drifting while you're traveling away with the boys has always been the partying and drinking beers and stuff with the boys.
Yeah.
When you're off track, you're catching up with everyone from all around Australia at the same time. That's just another element that we miss out on a lot of events. Like we used to be able to party pretty hard at Matsuris, but obviously, anyway.
They pulled it into line. But
yeah, it's fine. It is what it is.
Fair enough.
We're going to play by their rules, just like the cones and stuff that are on track. It is what it is.
Safeties.
You can't. QR have always been good to me, so I can't say nothing bad.
No,
the element off the track is just as much as on the track.
Yeah, from the look of it and the sounds and the vibe
and the hangovers.
Trying to hold a camera in the heat. Oh man!
Running the event and trying to drive it at the same time.
You've done a very cool job of
it.
See you here at Steeze and the Treez. If you didn't come, spit on.
It was good. If you haven't yet, check out the video. Check out Tyes' Instagram because
there's so much content. Because there's with yourself, there was 30 media, and it's the same as drivers. So you got to. If you want to drive Steeze, you've got to send in your application. You have to have genuine wheels. You can't drive a Falcon. Can't drive a Commodore. No offense to them guys. It's just what I want at my own event, which is you're entitled for. Same with media. You got to send in some of your work, and we go through and because we just want the quality of media to be as good as the quality of cars.
Yeah.
So when it's all posted, it looks super aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. So which is sick.
I hope I did.
You did a great job. Yeah, you did good. I said, it's going to be the best place you'll get content all year, and it was sick. It's your biggest video that you've done so far.
I know it still blows my mind. I even went out and bought this new camera for that event.
Exactly.
That's how much excitement and I don't know how to word it, but I knew that it was going to be what you were saying it was going to be.
Well, it's not even that. Like you upgrading your camera and stuff is just a part of growth.
Yeah,
it's like myself. I started off in this. It was NA. Just couldn't drive a stick up a dog's arsehole. Still can't. But it's growth of me driving better and the car looking better. It's all same as what you're doing now. Is doing different stuff, buying better cameras. You're only investing in yourself, which is the main thing.
Yeah,
But as long as you're the same person behind the camera as you're in front is a massive thing as well.
I like to think
no one likes a dick.
No. And I like to think we're all pretty chill people.
Yeah,
even at your event, you kept very composed and
tried while being hungover and hot, and
you done a very good job. It was very cool.
But being a good role model to people is a big thing as well. Yeah. Especially everyone knows it was like I organised a lot of it, but I can't take the whole rap for it because it was Steve and Nick as well.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah, sick. It was super sick. Steeze was sick.
Guys, wait till
I'm still hungover from Steeze.
So is the car.
Yeah, it smells so bad inside too.
God, there's a milk bottle in there.
Someone's left a milk bottle in my car and it has exploded. So that's probably my hardest bit of Christmas bash prep now is cleaning the fucking carpet. Anyway.
So Xmas bash 2 weeks away. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
3. Pretty short. The 7th of December.
It'll be like that.
Yeah.
But before we continue, so obviously the past few weeks since you got back from Steeze, you went somewhere else.
Yeah.
But before we touch on that,
Yep.
to how we got to Steeze,
Yeah.
we'll backtrack. So you went to your Matsuri, ended up with a car.
Yeah, so I brought this back in the day. I had a K11 Micra.
Woo!
Yeah, dog.
I love the micros.
On VSKFs. I noticed you've got a K13.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
I love the micros. I had a K11 too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Dude, best car I ever owned. So I
Rally
used to
cars.
quick story, used to get the boys to tow my car and I'd fill my Micra with tyres and ratchet strap tyres onto the roof just so I could go drifting. But obviously we've grown up since then, so... No, yeah. So I had a K11 on KFs, sold it for $3,000, brought this off a good friend of mine, Connor Downs, for $3,000. And then that was the start of... I drove it a few times NA, like it would do it ish. And then, it's been obviously it's just a progress of you making the car better.
Yeah.
Better parts in it, you drive better, you drive harder, you're going to lean on it harder, so you put better parts in again. And then like a big influence of myself is I love to make the car look better and better and better and better and better every time.
Yeah.
Because every time I do a new look, everyone says, that'll be hard for you to beat. Do it again every time. So
yeah,
that was the early days of how I got into driving, and
$3,000 for it. That's
$3,000. It was clapped too. It was a banger. The top was like rolled with a house roller. Mirrors were broken off. It had spring. He didn't own it very long because he moved to New Zealand. But I think it had coilovers in the back, springs in the front. It was
We'll have to find
I'll send you some photos.
Yeah,
You go, holy fuck, is that the same car?
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, it's still the same car. Yep.
So from there, you began your drifting journey.
2016, I drove a Matsuri. It was my first time ever driving a turbo car as well. I drove turbo cars on the street, just mates and stuff like that, but not drifting. I had no idea. But yeah, that's how I started. 2016 Matsuri in October was the first ever drift event I did. Drifted with a turbo because I pulled the NA motor out and did the engine bay and painted it purple and tried to make it look good, which it did. But 2016, that's where it all started. Drifting wise, realistically.
All right, so then from there,
because
I
used to just drive when I could. I was like in between jobs and shit as well, so like young and being a downy with money, go and party, and not. It's different these days. Like I dedicate a lot that I do is to go drifting. Like I won't drink unless we're going drifting because that's like a little way to me to kick back with the boys and have a beer.
Yeah.
One beer. Anyway, plenty of beers. Mm-hmm. And after a drift event and stuff like that. So I won't drink. I literally hardly drink at all. I'll dedicate literally everything I do to go drifting or travel to go drifting or anything like that. But back in like from 2016 onwards, so like 2017, 2018, I'd literally just drive Friday night drifts, like practice nights, I guess you could say. And then that was it. I'd literally do that in a Matsuri every year. And then when 2018 rolled around was the first time it might have been 2018, start of the year, was the first time I ever drove halfway hangs. So I got into halfway hangs and literally didn't know anybody, so I drove by myself the whole time. And then the end of mid-2018, I got a message from this guy I know. We were talking on like a S-Chassis forum. And it's actually now my teammate, Alex Purse, who lives in Sweden. So anyway, he's like, you should get an Xbox. We'll play some Forza and jam some drifting. I was like, yeah, sick. So I got an Xbox.
The Forza.
It was Forza Motorsport 7. So we jammed that heaps and talk heaps of shit. And then one day he's like, you want to come to Sweden and drive my car? I'm going to take it over to Poland and drive this big drift event. I've never left the country at that point. Never had a passport. I was like, this cunt's just talking shit. Whatever. Anyway, 2 weeks later goes past. Maybe longer. And the guys from Next Level, the guys running the drift event, were like, hey, we'd love you to be guest driver alongside Hurt from Hoonigan.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was like, whoa, fuck, I better get a passport. So I got a passport, flew to the other side of the world to meet up with Alex, who I've never met in my life. Yeah. Never left the country. I flew there all the way by myself. And then, we hung out in Sweden, got the car ready, travelled 5 hours to the bottom of Sweden after already flying like 43 hours or whatever it was. 10 and a half hours on a ferry across to Poland. Then it was like probably a 3-hour drive to the track, and we hung out with like Hurt, the Low Origin boys, Style Bangers, Makosa Street Drift Team, all the big dogs, because you got to get accepted to drive that event. Your cars have to be sick and slammed and stuff. So we literally drove that, and then just before I flew home, Alex was like, "You want to be part of the Oak Tree Outlaws over in Australia?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, "This event changed my life." And then literally ever since then, since that one event going overseas, I've been overseas as guest driver like 13 times in 7 different countries now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's
just from one event. You just never know. Just if someone, you just never know what tomorrow is going to bring, which is
time and places, hey.
True as fuck when you compare it to something like that.
Yeah. So I think that's sort of like that is like so cool.
Yeah.
Like not many Australians.
No, exactly. No, exactly right. And that's the weird thing is I never thought I'd have them opportunities that I do now. Like I literally just got back from driving 2 drift events in New Zealand. Yeah. Straight after Steeze, like the day after.
Yeah, I think I was messaging you and you're like, sorry bro, I'm on a plane at NZ. I'm like, see ya. That's literally the start of how things started. I had all the start of all the opportunities that I've had from 2018. Obviously 2020 was a write-off. Yeah. Fair enough. But since everything's been back in the swing of then, I've been to Poland 3 times. I've been to Sweden twice. I've been to Ireland, the UK. I've been to the UK twice. I've been to Sweden. I've been to New Zealand twice. I've been to Japan, but that wasn't to drive as well. But yeah, drifting wise, minus Japan, I've drove in a lot of countries now. That's so cool. Like to go across the other side of the world and
pretty lucky.
Swing doors.
There's literally a couple of people that have these opportunities in Australia, so I'm pretty lucky to be one of them.
Yeah.
So and literally, I'm just being me. I just like to have a sick looking car, do dumb shit with my friends, and that's about it.
There's a bloke having a crack.
Yeah, just having fun.
That's what you got to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep showing up. You just never know who's watching or what tomorrow brings. So I never would have had a clue that I would have these opportunities.
No one
and I don't even compete. I've done 2 competitions and I did shit house. So literally I'm just having fun in my obviously dirty pink car at the moment, but
you don't worry about that. Hopefully the camera won't pick up the dust.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. But who cares?
But that's a testament. Like as you're saying, you went straight from Steeze, dropped this off here.
Yeah.
Straight up to the NZ, and I guess you're driving some pretty cool people over there.
Yeah, so I drove.
Everyone's cool, right?
I drove Woundfest, which is like their style drift car event of the North Island with the Wholesome World boys, fucking legends. So I drove a 2-tone S13, which is Michael's, one of the boys in the team, Michael's very first car. So I made sure I looked after it, and so I drove that all day. And then literally we partied that night. I went to bed, got up at 4:30, drove all the way to Taupo Motorsport Park, which is a 3.5-hour drive. And then Sean Potros, who's a D1NZ pro driver, he's like, oh, I'll bring the missile along and you can drive my missile car all day. So I did that the next day and drove with my good friend Pete from PB Collectives, JZX81, gangster car as well. And then hung out in New Zealand for a week and then went to the Wreckham event where I was meant to drive that. But then Matty Russell crashed the car I was meant to drive into the wall, so I just hung out. But that's all in the space of the last 3 weeks. Steeze in the trees, 2 drift events in New Zealand, now I've been home.
Wow.
Yeah, been busy.
It sounds like it.
And then we got Christmas Bash in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds so cool.
So that's a short summary. I've got stories of fucking heaps of shit that's gone on around the world. But I'm just lucky to have the opportunities that I do from all these cool people around the world. I'm just being me. I'm not being anyone different.
That's what you're gonna do, right? You can, if you can turn a passion into, I don't know, a full-time hobby.
Yeah,
it's sort of like a full-time.
It's pretty much what I do.
Pretty much like a second full-time job. It'd
be good if it was a full-time job.
Yes,
but it's all good. Yeah, but that's long story short. Realistically,
So out of say the longest story, what would have to be the favourite sort of moments that you've had?
Man. Probably the first drift event in Poland, because that's what's kicked off having all these opportunities to drive in different countries and meet all these cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the main one that I always go back to, because if I didn't go to that, I wouldn't have the opportunities that I do now.
Right.
So I can't thank Alex, who's now my teammate and one of my good friends, because that's what kicked it off. He was like, come and drive my car, you fucking dumb Aussie. So,
And I bet you drove the wheels off at home.
a little bit. But like, if you go back to when I did that, I'd only been drifting for 3 years.
Oh.
So my driving's better now. Don't get me wrong, but then you also still want to look after somebody's car when you're overseas. That's the main thing.
Yeah, well...
Not that Alex would care, but he would care. Actually, I did rip the bumper off, but he didn't care. He ripped it off like 5 times. So
I think most drift events, it's not... you're going to rip a bumper off it. How do I word it? It's just going to happen.
definitely when your car's like low, like I can drop off that piece of steel and the bumper will fall off.
Yeah.
So you got no option in my car. You're either running it over or ripping the back one off.
Yeah, it's going to, as you did, right?
Oh yeah, second lap. Yeah. Fuck it, it is what it is.
It happens.
As long as it looks sick while I'm doing it, I don't care.
Yeah. And it did. The most styled car out there.
Yeah, the car still looks sick with no bumpers, so I don't mind. No. I do mind because I'd rather them on, but if I got to run them over, I got to run them over.
So, try to avoid it, but if it's going to happen.
In my really rare body kit. But whatever. That's half the fun.
Yeah. Oh man, that is wicked.
Yeah.
Have you? And I think you've done maybe perhaps some judging overseas. Have you stepped into that yet?
I haven't. Nah, the competition side of it's cool because obviously I have mates that compete in like D1NZ, and then my friend Keske, he competes in D1NZ and a few other events. Like he competes in Japan.
Yeah.
And I got mates around the world that compete in like Drift Masters and stuff as well. So I'll watch that. I've judged here in Australia. Like I did Drift Masters a couple of years back, but yeah, competition stuff doesn't really interest me to go do myself. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've only ever been overseas to drive, except for one time. This year I went to Japan to go to Dory Door because it's always been like a dream event I've wanted to go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, never been overseas to judge. Only ever been over to drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's still cool.
Still sick.
Drift Masters is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like have a place there. That's again, it doesn't just happen.
Not the big one. The one that Rob White used to run here in Australia. Yeah, I couldn't judge fucking Drift Masters in Europe. But that I did.
Was cool. Like the event they had in Poland there, the grand finale there. That was so cool.
Yeah.
There was like a whole stadium full of people watching drift cars.
Plus the way that obviously Dave's not a part of it anymore, but the way Dave would market it and has grown a following for drift games, and then bringing that crowd into from grassroots stuff to competition stuff is bringing in another audience from this side of drifting that's not competitive, bringing it together. Plus, however many thousands of people there is crazy. It's like the Super Bowl of drifting.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching it thinking, man, drifting has just like...
It's in a fucking stadium. What the fuck?
Can we put drift cars in Australia in a stadium?
I don't know.
It's not the people that would say no, it's the stadiums that would say no.
You never know. If anyone's to get stuff across the line, it's Nick from Revolution Motorsport.
Yeah.
He's the guy that gets drifting back at a lot of tracks. You never know.
Honestly, I met him at Matsuri. I hadn't met him before. But
Nick's been around for a long time.
Yeah, so I've heard he just...
Well, he got drifting at Stanthorpe back. He got the drifting at Pheasant Wood back, which is that 3-level tiered track down in... Fuck, I don't even know what it's called, where the big sheep is.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Anyway, down near Wakefield. So he used to do drifting at Wakefield as well. And then I think he's trying to get that back for drifting. So he does a lot for drifting.
Yeah.
So, and he's like a pretty professional bloke who can run a drift event and say, "Here, look, see, told you it would work." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is having the right people to run the events that aren't going to ruin it for people in the future.
Yeah.
But then technically, it's not really. That's also a thing, but it's also obviously noise and stuff from councils that kill it for drifting.
Yeah, that's all over. Even like airports have people whinging about the noise, and they move to the airport and they say,
"Yeah, that's fucking
like,
stupid."
come on, man.
Yeah,
that's
fucking stupid.
Expect the unexpected, right?
Yeah,
but very cool.
Yep.
Over the years, what has been your favourite car to drive?
Oh, fuck. Obviously my own.
Yeah.
Because you never, like when you go, like obviously fortunate enough to go drive these cars all around the world.
Yeah.
But you're never as comfortable as you are in your own car. You know, if you fuck somebody else's car, you've ruined that person's day. Like, it's going to happen. It's drifting. Accidents happen.
Yeah, literally.
I've crashed this. I've been rear-ended. But yeah.
In the car, obviously.
In the car, not outside drifting. I'm not into that. Just saying. But no, that was good. It was good. But yeah, I don't know, to be honest, probably to my own. Because I've learned a lot of things mainly in this car from driving it here in Australia and driving with good friends like Brent Massey from Gravy Garage. He's always been like a big influence myself because he's a sick driver. Yeah. Such a good driver. And he's the door daddy. He's a magnet. So like chase driving stuff, like you're still learning. You never stop learning and drifting, but probably learning in this car with other people who can drive better than me here in Australia and learning off them. That's probably my favourite car. Even though I'm lucky enough to drive a lot of sick cars.
Yeah, that's why I thought I asked the question.
Yeah,
like,
I think if I go off that it started in this, I got to say that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well,
but I've drove a lot of cars. I drove like 600 horsepower Laurel, 600 horsepower R32, SR20 350Z. I've drove BMWs. I've drove stock R33s in Poland. I've drove Beamers in Poland. I've drove C8, 500 horsepower CAs, like my teammates' cars in Sweden, and then the two-tone S13 I drove in New Zealand. Then the car that I drove the next day, Sean Potros's Missile, is like 600 horsepower too. So yeah, I think, and the better thing is about going to drive all these different cars, you can jump into somebody else's car and it helps you get on your feet because you've drove all these different cars. You haven't just drove your own. So when you go to get in, so say I just drove this, and only this, and then got in somebody else's, you'd probably struggle. Yeah. But it's definitely helped me driving all these different cars to jump in all these cars to help pick it up faster. So
true.
Yeah, probably this. Oh, Pink Daddy.
Pink Daddy.
Yeah, stinky dog.
Yeah, I wish I had sniffer vision on this thing.
It's bad.
Pretty bad. But no, I enjoy the style of this car. I think I first seen it at the Grower Expo at the start of this year.
Oh shit, yeah, we did that too. Fuck, we'll do so much. I literally forget the stuff that I get to do, which is sick. So I've done like
it's been a big year.
12 drift events this year, and 2 of them have been overseas.
Wow. Yeah. So New Zealand, then I suppose
just New Zealand for 2 events, and then the other 10 would be here. Plus, then you add in like the Growl Expo. That wasn't even a drift event, but that's another one on the list.
Yeah. No, I think
stuff. Panasonic event we were at too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Then I did the Culture Kings ad. Yeah. Insert pic. There is a pic somewhere.
You get pay extra for that one.
Heaps of stuff, drifting wise and not drifting wise this year. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, which is cool.
It was cool. I think this is probably one of the most photographed cars of the day.
Yeah, she's a hoe. She gets around. I could do one corner, which is sick. I could do one corner and get like 20 photos from all different photographers. But
that's sort of something cool about Steeze. Like, it created such an avenue for all these different content creators like myself. Like my style is different, right?
Yep.
And then you got like Azoki Media. He does it different. Sunday.movie file.
Yeah, the Bobby.
Media house, right?
Bobby's a man.
He is a man. Yep. But it's just so cool, like how it opened up such a door for everyone just to have a crack and have a different aspect.
Well, that's the thing with the event as well. Same with drivers. There's people that I've never even met that were there driving, but I've just go through their media or content or whatever, make sure they can hold a lap down and their car's sick. You're in. Genuine Wheels. Same with, if you like, there's all these different things that no one knows behind the scenes. Same with media. So you can't have the same type of media people there. No. So there's like you're a different style of video. There's Taped, Lockie from down in Melbourne. He's films on a VHS thing. So that's another style of media. And then all that different stuff, and you bring it all together, but they bring the best out of each of their own way of style to bring out the best content. So it's not all the same stuff.
No. Yeah.
So same with the drift cars. The drift cars were the same. Like Kyle was there in his MX-5. He was there in the MX-5 there.
Yeah.
There was 2 BMWs there. There was obviously a shit ton of S chassis and JZX 100s, but there was still a good 10 to 12 people there that I've never even met. But you got to give them people a crack. Same with the media. You got to give them a go. And if you didn't, the only way that you would ruin it for yourself to be able to not come back is if you didn't play by the rules.
Yeah.
Which everyone did. So
Hopefully not. Hopefully everyone hasn't seen my Instagram, but I played by the rules.
Oh, well, to be fair, the rules that I gave out to everybody is everyone did the same thing. So
Don't get hit.
don't get run over. That was the main thing. Don't stand on the outside of a corner if a car's coming. It makes sense, right? If you're standing here and a car's coming that way,
Be careful.
if it's an inside corner, the car's going to float back that way, or unless it spins out. But at least,
Think about it.
common sense prevails, realistically. We don't give you a lot of. There is technically no rules, but I've got to put a couple into play for it to work out.
Yeah, which is fair.
Otherwise, you're a shit event organizer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
it was
I'd love
very-
you to be able to stand on the track, but you stand on the track on the main straight, you're doing like 150, 140. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a
There's a limit, and just know your limits. All right.
exactly.
It's like driving a car. Like
Yep.
you're not going to go into the corner at 200k now. You know. Oh,
Maybe
sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But
pending track. Yeah. Yeah.
stand up, you poor
Nah.
little track.
You take that. You're taking the drag strip exit over the hill.
Yeah. Oh, no,
But yeah,
very
no, there's It's just how I don't know. You just try it. Plus, with the event, what drift event have you been to where you get free dinner? You get free entry. You get free
Nowhere.
camping. So you got to look after your media people as much as you got to look after your drivers. So drivers were the same. So you paid your entry. We did cheaper tyre changing for everyone.
Yeah.
Then you get free dinner on Saturday night. Plus we do all the awards. We go to town with the trophies. Like you get bigger trophies at my grassroots event than you do in the Australian Drifting Championship, which is terrible. Anyway.
Yeah. Cool trophies too.
Media got free entry. And if you're approved, you got to go out on the track when no one's allowed to go in unless you're a driver or a track like staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, then drivers are the same. Free entry. Obviously, they paid their entry, so it doesn't count. So you get a +1. They get free dinner as well, free camping, free spectator ticket. And that's it.
Yeah.
Which no one does that stuff.
No.
Yeah.
And it was all worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to travel there. We have to travel there and we run the event. It's 3 hours away. Yeah. So you got to make it worth everyone's while. Same with the guys that come from Melbourne. They had the best time ever. So that's a huge drive. I've done that drive myself. It sucks. So, but it was,
I think on the way back, I seen a Toyota Camry pull into the service station.
Gang.
And it had dinosaurs glued onto the roof of the car.
Nice.
Yeah, like little kids playing. So you can see anything.
I didn't accept that one. I don't know why. Obviously, I should have.
I definitely know who's coming next time.
Yeah.
Dinosaur Man, you're in.
Send in an entry, butter.
What's next for this? So, like, the pink looks wicked, right?
Yep. It's been this look for a while now, too. I always change it up too much, probably.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but in the background there.
Yeah, it was like that for a year. Maybe a year and a half. And then before that, my livery that I had before that, the OG one, that was, I got into a crash. I only had that livery on for 8 months. But we couldn't remember. Oh, sorry, yeah. So when I had the crash, that was the new look after the crash. So when we painted the car, I couldn't remember what the base colour was because we were pissed when we painted the car. So that's why we faded it into the pink on the back. So next,
That's cool.
I'm going to do a colour and some wheels and stuff that I've never done before because I've always done pinks and purples. The car's always been pink and purple. I love this look. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna play it out probably till like August next year and then do a full refresh. So new kit, new colour, new wheels, new wing, new livery. A couple of little things that I want to do. Like everyone knows I don't give away what I'm doing. I'll just literally go.
I'm trying to get it.
I'll literally just go, here you go, it's done. So I love the element of surprise. It always keeps everyone on their toes.
It does.
Even when I did this look, I think I've had this for like nearly 3 years or 4 years. 3 years. When it was done, when I was getting it painted and shit, I was getting towed around on tow trucks with the car cover on, so no one can, because everyone would know it's my car.
True.
But yeah, new full look.
So it is coming?
Into next year, yeah. I'll probably play this one out. It's been the most loved one so far with it's fucking
It's
on
different.
so many games and it gets blasted everywhere on the internet. So
Yeah.
full new look. I got a plan. It's pretty sick too.
I'm looking forward to
The
it.
colour, everyone's going to go, what the fuck? I didn't know you even liked that colour.
Oh.
Not a pink or a purple, and it's a sick colour too.
Well, maybe, like, if people are still watching to this point in time, which I hope you all are, I don't know, put a comment, think what colour it's going to be. It's still not going to tell you, but have a guess. it'd be interesting to see if people guess it. Then, like when it reveals,
When it
reveals, it can be like, hey, they were right.
they might guess what color it might be, but there's going to be things in the color. So
Yeah, like the camera won't pick it up, but up close. Even this has glitter.
Yeah, so just to break up the candy pink of the car, so we put glitter in the sun. It's just my brain how it is. So there's a black strip that runs behind here, and I don't like it, so I covered it up with these. But no one ever paints them, so I got it painted. Then Josh, my sponsor from Bearded Body Works, added in the glitter. And then I was like, oh, well, why don't we paint the Ganadors the same colour so it ties it all in? This is how my brain works. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Same with like when we did the pink on the livery, the pink chrome. I went and got different shades of pink tint film and then put the chrome behind it so it matches. So it's matchy. And then the highlight of the livery is the same colour as the wheels. So it all ties it all together. So it's chrome and chrome.
Yeah, the chrome, it works.
And livery on the roof because it's so low, so why not have a livery on the roof? So, full new look. Yeah, cheers. It's been it's been my favourite one so far. So
Ganador. I love that word, Ganador.
Yeah, these are dumb expensive. You don't
They are.
Yeah, well, I got them cheap. They were $710 off Yahoo Japan.
That's not bad.
I wouldn't buy them for $2,500. But they just popped up and I won the bid for a good price. So
win.
Who the fuck would want to buy $2,500 mirrors?
Yeah.
I don't own a Maserati or anything. It's just S13.
Yeah. The potential of them getting doored.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's high. As you can see, she cops it, but she loves it.
That's part of drifting. Right?
The best part, seeing how close you can get to the boys.
Apart from the car, do you plan on travelling again in the new year?
Yep. Two drift events in Sweden next year.
Sweden?
Yeah, so where my teammates live.
Do they have like a big scene there?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Right.
And even because with the boys with owning Japanese cars aren't really a thing over there. It's all European.
True.
So 70%, 80% of the drifting cars over there are BMWs or Volvos because Volvos are made in Sweden. Random as, but yeah. So Alex and Victor, my two teammates, they have one. Obviously, Alex has a 180. Victor has a S14, but because there's not really SRs over there, so when he blew the SR up, it's got now a turbo BMW motor in it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, the scene's good. And there's another drift team that are good friends of ours over there too, Vicious Company. They have sick cars, but their cars are the same. One's a BMW, obviously with a BMW motor, and one's S14 with a BMW motor because there's no SR20s over there.
True.
Obviously, you could import them, but yeah. But yeah, Sweden, and then I try not to, I don't know, I just take whatever opportunity comes my way.
True.
You just never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You might get invited to something else and book that in. But as far as I know, I'll be going to, there's a drift event in Sweden called Vicious Delicious.
Vicious Delicious? That's a good name.
And it's only like cool cars allowed, like styling wise. So obviously my style.
Yeah.
So do them and then.
Vicious Delicious.
I don't know. I was going to send my car to New Zealand.
Yeah.
In January, but I just can't justify leaving it over there for 2 events.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it home and save that money to do 6 events here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, plans wise, no idea. Wouldn't have a clue.
Take it as it comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of like what I do here. This whole year wasn't really planned.
Nah.
But it's kind of just blown into today, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to one event and then it leads into another event. And
if you didn't start doing what you're doing, which is cool, and you're always at the stuff, and you're always trying to promote it in your way, and all these opportunities that come your way is just because you're being you and you're having a go.
That's all it is, right?
I'm just driving my car, having fun with my friends, and people want to chuck us keys around the world. It's pretty sick.
It is very cool.
I'm just being me, like yourself. You're just doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Podcasting's where it's at.
Podcasting, all these interviews and stuff, you're not the only person that does it. No. So no one should be on their high horse to say you can or can't do it or you're doing it like how I did it. Unlucky, there's been interviews for motorsport, drifting, motorbikes, drag racing, whatever, for so many years now. You're not doing anything different, but doing it how you want to do it.
No.
You're just promoting yourself and talent. You're just giving somebody else, say, my story.
Yeah, and you got a cool story, and that's all I want to share is people's cool stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually, it'd be so cool to have like a HQ.
Yeah.
Get people to bring their cars in behind it and put the camera and we'll have a full setup.
Yeah, you just never know.
TV screen, Xbox. We can all play Forza together.
Aircon, boy.
Yeah, all right. Guys, this is so cool. Literally cool.
Yeah, literally right above you.
I'm just not going to do that anymore. Nah, that is so cool, Ty, man. Like,
But yeah, it's Steeze 2. We'll do
Steeze
Steeze 2
number
next
2.
year. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, plans-wise, that's it. So Sweden and Steeze 2. Obviously, I'll do other drift events pop up throughout the year.
Yeah.
But nothing... Oh, halfway hangs?
Halfway hangs?
Oh, I didn't apply for halfway hangs because I was meant to send my car to New Zealand, and now I've just chucked myself on the waiting list. So if I get a spot, I get a spot. But I'm not too fussed. Like I'll be there no matter what. So.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely
Gotta go.
It sounds wild. Halfway hangs.
So sick.
Like,
you'll hate your life for the rest of the year thinking, fuck, the only other good event that's on all year is Steeze.
yeah. I think even
style car wise, I mean, there's a lot of other good drift events throughout the year.
Like Drift Matsuri at QR.
Yeah, Matsuri is always fun.
2 of them a year.
Yeah. I drove the March one earlier this year. It's always fun. That's only because I had leftover tyres and fuel.
I think the best part of that was when I came over and we did a chat
there.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I was just like, oh, this car looks cool.
Yeah, she's not bad.
I was hitting up old Hodgie. I was like, hook us up, brother.
Yeah. Oh, you went for a run with Hodges, didn't you? In the rain, but.
Yeah, that was wild, man. You take
Sunday.
a 700 horsepower car in the rain.
I can still catch him. Don't worry about the 700.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much horsepower is this thing, mate?
321.
Yeah, right.
So fuck all.
But you still have a good old time.
Yeah, she's sweet. Yep. It's been the same motor for like 9 years now. Just, I've done a head gasket before in the past and not much.
SR things, right? It is SR.
Yeah. Yeah, but low boost. It's always like well maintained, like fresh oil every time I drive it.
Yeah.
Varun from 101 tunes it, 101 Motorsport. So he's with that tune and Carter who builds the motor and refreshes it every time, man. It's been, can't complain, 9 years. If it blew up, oh well, it did well for 9 years, touch wood. So, yeah.
That's so cool.
Future-wise, Sweden and Steeze is all I have planned so far.
Sweden. That's going to be so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been before, so. And the food's sick. Plus, it's not that the flights are expensive to go there, but once you're there, luckily enough, I don't have to pay for too much while I'm there, which is pretty normal. So
it is cool.
Yeah. So that's all future-wise that I can think of. Just playing it by ear. I just go with the flow.
Yeah. That's.
If anyone says, "Hey, you want to come drive my car?" I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You take every opportunity you can get while you can.
Come drift with Mad Mike.
Yeah, drove with him before at LZ World Tour.
Yeah, the LZ World Tour. So, I'm hearing all about it. I wasn't really too connected with the scene at that time and place.
Yeah, it was like November last. I think it was October last year. We went down.
Can you give me a rundown on that?
Yeah, so it's just like a big fun event where you compete against other you go. I didn't compete, but just in general, a general rundown of the event. So it's a big fun event that you're not meant to take serious. And you drive with all these different people from like YouTube personalities to professional drifting to just people that are known in the scene or have internet followings for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And you just go and verse each other in battles, but you've got to qualify and all that stuff, but you're on a tyre rule. So everyone can only run you can have 1,000 horsepower, but you can only run I think it was a 235.
Whoa.
So you can't put 1,000 horsepower down. You're just going to be blowing the tyres off.
Yeah.
So it puts everyone on an even playing field as long as your car or your abilities are enough to qualify high. But everyone qualifies. And then the day after, you go into competition, do battles, and then you just go out until whoever wins.
That's cool.
Fun. But me, Levi, Mitch Pullen, Hayden Finney, who else was doing demos? I can't remember. Maka Motorsport, so the 6-rotor FD, I think he was doing the demos as well. Oh, Jay Duca from Low Standards.
Was Saxon there?
Saxon was in the competition.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, we went down and did demos. Oh, Julian Jacobs was there too. Yeah, we did heaps of driving. It was sick.
I remember seeing Hayden
Yeah, me and Hayden did some laps together.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What a thing to be part
fun,
of.
Man.
That, Adam LZ.
Yeah, LZ, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like for an American person like that, YouTuber like that, to come down and...
Yep. Well, it was like Drift Games is another part of that whole scene, so they were working together. Plus, Dave and the Drift Games guys are really good mates of mine. So they were like, "You want to come drive?" I was like, "Oh, it's like 21 hours, but yeah, I'll come." It's a big old drive from the Gold Coast to Melbourne. But yeah, it was fun. Just they're all mates of mine that I've drove with in other places around the world, so it was cool. Plus, all your mates from home and down. We had like a full-blown massive Airbnb right next to the track. So our house was just a party house for the week. So we probably nearly had as much fun off the track as we did on the track. Yeah, because we ran amok. But it was sick.
Standard boys will be.
No, we don't run amok. Yeah.
There's always going to be a bit of muck. A bit of something.
The best part. The best part.
There's a muck to run in everyone.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I was seeing it all around. I wasn't too sure.
It was huge. I don't know if they're doing it next year. They did it this year, but
it was like a random point. I was right into motorsport because obviously
it's probably one of the biggest events going on at the time for drifting.
How I missed it, I don't know.
No, it was good too. Yeah.
I got right into drifting. Like, I was setting these things up, and
man,
it just happened. Right?
People just miss out. I don't know.
It does. Yeah. Well, Ty, that is like cool. That is cool.
Jeez.
I don't know if there's anything else I really want to ask you.
No, all good.
Like,
if that's all you got, it's fine with me.
Yeah,
I'm fine. I can keep talking. I don't mind.
What else you got on your mind?
But at the same time, how many? Yeah, it's up to you. If you got questions, shoot them. If not, I'm gonna get ready for Christmas bash.
Christmas bash. I think
that's the next.
We'll let you get ready for that.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't want to clean that milk out of there.
Just gotta leave it outside. You outside now.
Chrissy Bash will be the last drift event of the year. Then we'll have a bit of a break, and if I jump into halfway hangs, I'll start getting ready for that. Just a little birthday, nothing crazy. Probably just get some new wheels and stuff.
Yeah, these things are cool.
Yeah, they're not mine. They just look cool. So
we are. What are we? You're on the VSKFs.
Yeah, they're Nick Allen's. I borrowed them.
What do you call these ones?
Vienna Courages, I think they're called.
Vienna Courages.
Yeah, I think.
It's got a lot of courage to sit under my bum.
Yeah, they're big dogs. So,
it is cool.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the comfiest chairs.
Yeah, mine's a bit fucked because of the wire hanging out, but we're all good.
Bit of wide ass. No.
But yeah, no, thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate your time, Ty. Mate, how good's that, guys? Ty Jeffries, Aldo from that motor show. I feel like Ricky Bobby sometimes. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
But no, mate, that is so cool. I enjoy
See Christmas bash.
Christmas
You're going to come in the car.
Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Easy.
It's going to be cool.
We'll chase down some of the boys and get some cool clips. Hopefully we can do tandem passenger runs, but otherwise the boys miss out on getting the shots. I don't know.
I'll make it happen.
Work it out.
You know what? I just have to say hello to QR and we can make anything happen.
Yeah.
But guys, it doesn't get better than that. Ty Jeffries, That Motor Show. Till next time, make sure you hit that subscribe, like and share and hit the notification button. Aldo, That Motor Show, signing out.